The Arizona Cup is an annual outdoor target archery tournament. It began in 1989 at Arizona State University, moved to Tucson, and returned to Phoenix in 2001. The Arizona Cup has been used as a qualifier for the United States archery team, and it's also a world ranking tournament. Currently held at the Ben Avery Shooting Facility's FIDA range, our cameras met up with two members of the 2008 Olympic archery team and talked about how they started in archery. Jennifer Nichols started shooting archery at the age of 9 after her father bought her and her siblings compound bows from Walmart for Christmas.
We started shooting in our front yard, and soon our whole family was involved, both mom and dad, and it was just a fun activity that we could enjoy on Sunday afternoon.
That same year, they were introduced to the local Junior Olympic Archery Development, or JOAD Club.
We decided this would be something fun to get into and maybe start competing in, and so we started to become involved, and there is where I became involved with the recurve bow, and I learned how to shoot with proper technique, and I started attending my first competitions, and I just loved competition. I loved the challenge of trying to better my score every single event, and the idea that I was competing against myself. I had one of my coaches suggest to me that I should try out for the Olympic team someday when I was about 15 years old, and I kind of stuck that in the back of my head and thought, oh, that would be cool, you know, to try for that. And after I turned 17 and graduated from high school, I decided to wait on college. The Olympic Games were only 2 years away, 3 years, and I decided to pursue archery seriously. And that's when I was introduced to my current coach, Alexander Kirilov, and I started getting professional training. And he had me practicing, and it soon became a full-time job. And before I knew it, 2004 rolled around and I made my first Olympic team. Went to Athens and competed, and then decided, well, I can hold off on college another 4 years, and continued shooting full-time, and made my second Olympic team last year in 2008, and went to Beijing to compete.
Raised in Payson, Brady Ellison is a world-class athlete that has traveled quite extensively during his brief career.
I'm actually really blessed. I thank God every day for the places I've been able to go. Been to almost all the states shooting archery, but I've been to several countries, Australia and Korea, England, Denmark, go to Turkey every year. I've been to Italy, went down to Brazil for the Pan Am Games last year, or 2 years ago, and then I went to China last year for the Olympics. So I've actually been blessed and been traveled a lot of places that I don't think I ever would have been if I wouldn't be shooting archery today.
Brady mainly started shooting because his dad hunted and he wanted to hunt with him, and it just developed from there.
I started off hunting with my family. My whole entire family, they're big hunters, and I started off with a bow hunting to do that kind of thing with my family, and it kind of grew from there. I started hunting, or practicing to hunt, and then started shooting 3Ds and stuff like that. I went to a couple of national shoots when I was probably 10 or 11 in the 3D thing back in West Virginia and Georgia. Went to Vegas the next year, had a lot of fun doing that, and then someone in Vegas told me I needed to shoot FIDA. So I was like, oh, we'll try FIDA, because they had a couple here in Arizona. And went and shot the FIDAs and really started liking it, so I started shooting a lot more FIDAs and stuff like that with my compound. And it got to where I was starting to be pretty competitive in the juniors and stuff like that, and then I made my first junior world team in 2004. And went over there and brought home a team gold. And then next year in 2005, I went to Denmark on the world indoor team, and I brought home 2 gold medals, one individual and one team.
Brady's Olympic start began with one broken string. While at a camp in 2005, Brady had a malfunction with his equipment in the form of a snapped string. Unable to fix it, he waited for his parents to send along a backup bow. While waiting, a friend allowed him to use one of his recurve bows.
And I didn't shoot too bad with it, but the coaches out there told me I need to switch from a compound to a recurve. So I came home and talked to my parents about it, and we talked about like the benefits of it. You know, I can make an Olympic team or go for the Olympics or do that sort of thing if I switch to a recurve. So he said, yeah, why don't we try it? So at the end of 2005. I think it was pretty much October of 2005. I picked up a recurve for the first time, started shooting a little bit, and then I moved out to a training center in January of 2006, and I've been there since then training for the Olympics under Coach Kiesick Lee. But it just kind of developed. One stage led to one thing and then to another thing, and now I'm sitting here and made Olympic team and, you know, just shooting a recurve now and enjoying life.
In addition to being world-class athletes, Jennifer and Brady are also perfect spokespeople for their sport, and they have a message for up-and-coming archers.
You don't have to be any specific body type in order to shoot archery, which makes it a great sport. It's really open to anyone and everyone. Also with incredible longevity. I mean, we have people who are able to shoot for years.
Well, I started shooting, won my first state championship in the state of Washington, shooting bear bow. That's with no sights. And so that was in 1953. So this is 209, so that's at least. I've been shooting 2 weeks for sure.
We had people on our Olympic team for the last 2 Olympics who were in their 50s, and then we had a 19-year-old also on our Olympic team last year. So it has just a wide range of ages and is really a cool sport to get into, no matter your age or body type.
What I would tell any young kid is have fun. Archery is such a fun sport. It's something that you could do anytime. I mean, you could do it from until you're 5 years old all the way up until you know you're 100. It's a sport for everyone. It's a lot of fun. So, you know, to the young kids out there, just, you know, pick up a bow and have fun with it. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. Just go out there and enjoy yourself.
Really, archery is great for both guys and girls, and I think actually girls have can have a real knack for it because they have a lot of attention to detail, which can sometimes be more characteristic of girls, and so I think it is a great sport for females to get into, and the fact that you compete against other girls, we're not competing in the guys division, you know, it would just be great for us to have more women involved and to expand the competitive archery field here in the United States.